Okay, so let's talk about the real problem, you and I. I know your mind is full of ideas for your course. You have notes here, voice messages there, documents everywhere. All of this good stuff, but it's scattered. And because it's so scattered, you feel this heavy sense of overwhelmed, and you tell yourself, I will start tomorrow. And I want to solve that for you right now. So, first, forget about lessons for a moment. The very first step is to define what I call the golden transformation. And it's simple. You ask the question, what is the before picture of your student and what is the after? What specific powerful results will they get from your course? Once you can answer that one question clearly, everything else begins to fall into place. It's the foundation for everything. All right, so you've defined that big goal, that golden transformation. Fantastic, right? Now, how do we build the road to get there? Most people will try to write lesson one, and that's where they get stuck. So, I need you to forget about lessons for now. Seriously, instead, I want you to think in milestones. Imagine the journey your student is on. What are the, say, 3 to 5 major achievements they must unlock to reach the final goal? These are not small lessons, they are significant victories. So, if you teach baking, a milestone isn't mixed flour, it is mastering the perfect dough. Do you see the difference? Think big. When you map these major milestones first, you are creating a proper logical structure that makes sense. Good. Now we are getting somewhere. You have your major milestones. Now, this is the point where you are allowed to let all those ideas you've been holding into just pour out. Here's what you will do. Take your very first milestone and set a timer for 15 minutes. For those 15 minutes, your only job is to write down every single idea, every topic or question that is related to that milestone only. Don't judge it, don't filter it, just pour it all out onto the page. When the time is up, take a small break and then you do the same thing for the next milestone and the next. This is how we bring order to the chaos. Okay, so now you should be looking at this long, messy list of ideas under each milestone. It still looks a bit rough, I know, but this is where we work smarter, not just harder. It's the perfect time to use your AI assistant. You don't need any complex prompts. Just copy all your ideas you've done for milestone, paste it into your AI tool, and give it a simple command. Something like group these ideas into a logical clusters based on theme. The AI will take your jumble list and in seconds give you back maybe 5 or 6 neatly organized groups. It's not creating for you, it's basically cleaning for you. This one step I promise you will save you hours of work. Now, your AI has given you these nicely organized clusters. The next step is to make them powerful. A cluster name like speaking skills is okay, but it doesn't motivate anyone. We need to turn them into proper actionable lesson titles. The secret is to add a verb and action word. So speaking skills become how to speak with confidence. Course topics becomes choose your profitable course topic. You see, a great title promises an outcome. So go through every single clusters and rewrite as a clear action. This will ensures every part of your course is focused on doing something, which is exactly what your students are paying for. Listen, this next part is a rule. For me, it is non-negotiable and it will save you and your students from so much confusion. I call it the one idea per lesson rule. It means exactly what it says. Look at your new lesson titles. Now look at the ideas inside them. Your job now is to be street. Each video lesson you create must teach only one thing, only one single idea. If your lesson is how to record your audio, you should only talk about recording audio. If you start talking about microphones, that's a different lesson. This discipline is what makes your course clear, easy to follow, and truly effective. Now, let me ask you something. Do you want to create a course or do you want to create results? A great course is not just a collection of videos, it's an experience. People learn by doing, not just by watching. So, for every single lesson in your outline, you must ask this question: what's the one simple thing my student can do right now to apply this idea? It can be a small worksheet, a checklist, a simple challenge, anything. Write the activity down right beside the lesson title. This is the step that turns a passive course into an active, life changing experience. Your outline is looking very strong now. It's logical, it's actionable, but we must do one final check, the engagement check. We need to make sure the experience of learning is actually interesting. Look down your list of activities. Is it all just worksheets or is there some variety? This is your chance to mix things up. Maybe you can add a short or simple quiz here or a what if scenario there. You could even plan a very short lesson that's just a powerful 1 minute story. You don't have to change everything, but finding two or three places to add something unexpected is what keeps students excited and learning. This is our final quality check before we call this blueprints done. And you have to trust me on this one. You must read your entire outline out loud. And I mean it, you have to read it. Start with your main transformation, then read every milestone title and every lesson title in order. As you read, you're asking yourself one question. Does this make sense as a story? You'll be surprised. You immediately hear if a lesson is in the wrong place. Maybe lesson 7 actually needs to come before lesson 4. This is when you fix it. A simple change now will save you a huge headache later. And just like that, you've done it. You have gone from that frustrating feeling of having ideas scattered everywhere to having a clear, logical, and powerful plan for your course. So the final step is to polish it. Clean up your documents. This is no longer a messy draft. This is your production blueprint. You should have your final modules, your final lesson titles, and the specific activity for each one, all on one page. And this is the solid foundation you have been looking for. Now you are no longer overwhelmed, you are ready to build.